We are expecting to be joined by Marcus Erickson, Simon Pagenaud, and Connor Daly. Those three here wrapping up Thursday practice at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So stand by as they make their way up here to the fourth floor. Marcus Erickson, Simon Pagenaud, and Connor Daly. Okay, once again, wrapping up Thursday practice here, leading up to next week's Indianapolis 500, 107th running, presented by Gainbridge. Again, Marcus Erickson will join us here shortly, P1, both in no-toe and the overall speed. Simon Pagenaud, third quick. Joining us right now, Connor Daly, driver, the BitNile.com Chevrolet for Ed Carpenter Racing, who the next week will make his 10th Indianapolis 500 start. Who can forget his best finish of 6th last year, speed of 228.26 quick today. No shocker, the Ed Carpenter cars are once again pretty good, Connor.
Yeah, we seem to, thankfully this track, we've still managed to retain our speed. And it's been nice. It's been fun. The couple days have been interesting. I still think, it'll be very interesting come tomorrow when the power goes up, because I think we see a general trend on fast cars, but what is that going to look like when we got all the juice? So we'll see what happens. But I mean, I'm very confident so far, more confident than I would say I was last year at this time, both in traffic and in no-toe. So yeah, not too bad.
When things get turned up, we're pushing about 100 horsepower more tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. What
100?
Well, 90, maybe 100.
Jeez, I thought it was only 50.
50?
I don't know.
We're going to get more than that, I think. What could it do to the cars, just balance-wise?
Well, I mean, honestly, it'll be. It depends on, I guess, who is developing, the most grip mechanically. I think we could see some people, like at Texas, it was really interesting. Some people managed to, run with more downforce and actually be faster. So it's about efficiency, the less scrub, the better. So sometimes, you can trim out here too much and be a victim of kind of being a bit too aggressive. So it's just finding that little window. And by lap 4, for sure, the tires are going off. So when you're doing 200 and a ton miles an hour, the first 2 laps feel all right. I've got this. Then 3, 4, you're fighting an animal. So at least I have been. So I've always struggled a little bit in qualifying here, but I feel better already going forward. So that's nice. But all 3 of our cars are kind of similar in speed, which is encouraging. Obviously, the team brings 3 good cars here all the time.
We have folks here in person, also on Zoom. Michael DeForest, go ahead and unmute yourself. You're with Connor Daly.
Thanks, Dave. Hey, Connor. So it's been a very, I'd say, difficult season and start of the season for ECR. How confident are you coming back here at the Speedway and seeing that the rhythm is coming back and we see that the cars are still pretty fast around this place?
Well, I mean, it just shows that, like, Renus and I haven't forgot how to drive, thankfully. There's been a lot of difficulties this year, and when we come here, though, it's been a great 2 days. It's been fun. It's more fun to be competitive as well, so, appreciate the team, the effort that they've put in here. Yeah, I mean, the goal is to obviously take advantage of it. It's hard because you never know what could happen, but we're just trying to execute every day as good as we can. I love the new look of this, the bitnow.com car. So we'll see. We want to try to, do the best job we can for Chevrolet as well here at the, Chevrolet endorsed Speedway. So we want to be strong for them as well.
And obviously, you had a lot of boxes you wanted to tick, of course, in the first 3 days, as we had a rain out on Tuesday. How much did you feel you had ticked, and how much do you feel still needs to happen maybe on Monday's post-qualifying practice?
I actually feel pretty good when it comes to race setup. I think we're all still going to, try to do a bunch of stuff on Monday and get a little bit more dialed in. But realistically, there's not a ton of changes overall compared to last year. I would say, we want to try to dial in a few more things. But I think it's going to be, when we come to Sunday next weekend, raw speed is going to be really what helps. And, if we can just get our cars to go faster and it's a little bit less work to go that fast, then, then we'll be in a good spot.
Thanks, Connor. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Michael. Also joined by the reigning Indianapolis 500 champion and Marcus Erickson, driving the number 8 Husky Ice Spritz, Chip Ganassi Racing Honda. I got it right,
yeah.
Huh?
Well, I want some of them spritzes, by the way.
I'm gonna stock it up in my bus.
Good.
So,
There we go. 229.6 overall speed, and then there towards the end, remarkably, with all the traffic, you snuck in a no toe speed as well at 224.4. Tell us about your day.
Yeah, it was a really good day for the whole Chip Ganassi team, I would say. Obviously, yesterday we worked a lot on the race cars and we're good straight away. And then today we sort of built on that. I felt like we did some changes overnight that helped me and my feeling in the car. So yeah, felt really happy with my race car. And then in the end there, we just did some stuff for tomorrow, some preparation for tomorrow, got one run in and managed to be P1 on the no-toe as well. So yeah, very positive day and hats off to the Ganassi team. The organization has done a tremendous job again this year with preparing for really good cars.
Wolfgang, go ahead.
Connor, 2 questions for you. You mentioned that the boost goes up for qualifying. Is there much changes for setup, or in principle, can you the car driving unchanged, or are there changes necessary when the boost goes up?
I mean, honestly, today, as Marcus said, we try to do at least a couple runs in the qual trim, and we peel a lot off the car for at least the kind of baseline qual trim. So it is much different from kind of what we're doing race setup wise. But I would say what we ran today we'll just also start with tomorrow with the more power, because usually it's not too dissimilar. So we'll try to run at least what we did today for our single car runs for tomorrow, and go from there.
And how difficult it is to go back to normal boost and race setup? And in principle, can you use data from the last years?
Well, it always feels wonderful tomorrow because more power is your best friend. So that's going to be amazing. But then going back to the race setup, it's a great feeling after you've done 3 days of all qual trim. Absolutely wringing your neck for speed. It feels very lovely to go back to the race downforce. You feel like you can do anything and you could throw the car around. So it's just part of the game here. You got these next 3 days where you're going to be sweating a lot, and it's going to be a very, very challenging situation. But we'll see what we can do. We want to put all 3 of our cars up front. I think this team next to me is going to be the ones to beat for sure. So hopefully we can show up with them in the fast 6, 9, or 12, whatever the numbers are.
Thank you.
Jack.
Marcus, how do you feel this time, this week, compared to how you felt last year with the car? What do you remember about last year, and where do you feel you're at, I guess, at this point?
I think last year we were super good all practice and the whole week as well. I think we are as good this year for sure. I think the team has done a really good job at sort of trying to improve the package that we already had last year very strong. I thought yesterday I was struggling a little bit in traffic, and today we made some changes that made me more happy with my race car. So I was actually quite pleased when we, mid-afternoon when we started to change over to quality trim. So I definitely feel like we're in a very, very good spot.
Yeah, and obviously joined by Simon Pagenaud, third quick today, 228.6, driving, of course, the number 60 Auto Nation Sirius XM Honda for Meyer-Shank Racing, the 2019 Indy 500 champion. Tell us about your day. You guys finished off strong.
Yeah, 2 good days. Very studious yesterday. Another one today with, obviously, like a lot of people, we did some fine details working on the qualifying, and then we switched to race running mid-afternoon. It got hot, which was good because it's going to be a hot race day, and you obviously want to know what the car is going to do in those conditions. And we had a monster tow at the end, so we took it, and felt really great. I was very happy to put a big number up the chart and give a big smile on my crew's face and everybody at Meyer-Shank Racing.
Right. More questions for any of the 3, Jack?
For all 3 of you guys, is there anyone you worked with today that you really felt, someone around you that had a really strong car, or you kind of sat back and were pretty impressed with what you saw from other people?
I think these guys are strong. The Ganassi cars are strong. I think Joseph looked quick too. Joseph seemed pretty strong in traffic. All 3 of our cars were pretty decent as well, like when I was running around those guys. So I don't know. I think there's like one group and then another group, and you definitely feel slightly quicker with that one group, and then the other group, it's like, boy, it looks like they're having a tougher time. So it's really like when you're around fast cars, everyone seems fast. So it's interesting. But usually the key players are still really quick.
Yeah, I think for us, most people were on quali sims this morning, and it was only us and McLaren really that was running race runs. So they seem to be strong like last year. So, but like Connor says, there's a lot of good cars out there. I think Carpenter, Penske seem to be also better this year. So I'm sure it's gonna be tough.
Yeah. Yeah, these guys are strong. Obviously, I'm sure they're hiding their games, not doing quality stuff.
Exactly.
Everybody else is doing it, but you guys.
We did in Dan.
Snakes.
We did one run in Dan.
You did?
Yeah.
I'll check that later. But yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. That's just like Connor said. I mean, some cars, obviously, when you're behind Marcus here, you feel like he's got a jet behind him. And other cars, you stick with them and you get to have some fun. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Obviously, I think the fact that it's going to be a hot day, it's going to help also the good chassis, and I think that could make a bit of a difference.
Nate.
For Marcus, Connor just said it, Simon said it, seems like everybody's saying it, that Ganassi is going to be the class of the field, or is the class of the field at the moment. Do you guys feel that way?
We feel strong. We feel better than last year, and last year we were pretty good. But again, you know, it's.
You guys are pretty good last year. If you're better, that's
we
probably a bad
feel
sign for
better.
Mills.
You know, we worked hard in the winter to improve already on a strong package. Testing is testing. It's hard to make conclusions, but of course we feel like we're gonna be up front, fighting up front. That's from what we've seen so far, we should be up there, but we don't want to underestimate our competition because we know there's a lot of good cars, a lot of good teams that worked really hard to improve. So we can't underestimate that challenge going into this weekend and the next one.
And for Simon, you were talking yesterday, I think, about like how with all these aero changes and all these combinations you can try, like there's all these sort of minute details that I know you like that stuff, and you were just saying, the toe lap, you put a big number on the board, and you're trying to be a leader for the team. Like, is it a good environment, I guess, for you to kind of be that leader where you can really have a lot of input into what the team is doing and to put smiles on their faces like today?
Yeah, I mean, you're spending 2 weeks here with everybody every day. You get to have coffee in the morning. You get to, you get to be there with them until the garage closes. You're living infused with everything, and then during the day, obviously, when you're making haze forward, it just gives a dynamic to the team, and I can feel the momentum has been created. Today is perfect. Just having a chance to put a big lap, it's just a little push to make everybody happy. And speed is everything. We're racers. Everybody want to be fast. So just doing that tonight. It's my birthday. Makes me happy. Makes everybody happy.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I was like, when is someone going to say something?
What are you, 29?
Yeah, actually,
There's a 9 in there, right?
up here I'm pretty much 12, but yeah, 29.
It's today.
It's today, Jenna, of all people.
I'm in line.
Okay.
Say something about it.
That's a good recovery right there. That's like all your friends forget your birthday at like 11:59 p.m.,
I'll say this: we didn't forget your birthday. We have a little something here.
That's IndyCar racing. Thank you. Wow.
Happy birthday, son!
Thank you so much.
Something.
What is it?
What is that?
We're not quite sure what it is, but it's got brownies and Rice Krispie treats in there.
so
So a
kind.
lot of sugar.
He
So
can't
enjoy
eat
that.
any of that.
Thank you very much.
He cannot eat any of that.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Thank you very much.
Marcus can.
You have to eat it all.
Yeah, you got to eat it all. Exactly. Go ahead, Nate.
Happy birthday, Simon. I have one more for Connor. Sorry, I forgot. You were talking yesterday about like all the changes and how that gives you guys sort of a lot of encouragement. And Dixon was saying yesterday he feels like that actually could help teams kind of close the gap a little bit on Ganassi. Do you feel like that's the case? Are you seeing evidence that like maybe with all the stuff you guys can try that maybe you guys can find a little bit way to decrease their edge?
I don't know. I mean, if you're talking in traffic, it still is a challenge, I would say. Like if you're deep in the pack, like it didn't matter what car it was. It could have been. I was rare to see people making progress unless people were letting people by. But like the first 2 cars, boy, they look like they're having a heck of a race. So. I don't know if that's the case. I don't think it brings us closer. I think the entire field is just closer because everyone is really good, and the teams are really good. But when it still comes to the qualifying trim stuff, everyone is going to be peeling off all the stuff that we could put on. So it's still going to be who can generate the most mechanical grip and take the most downforce out comfortably. So I don't know. I still think closing the gap to them is still. It's a challenge, but that's what we're all here to do.
Jenna.
Well, it's all been ruined. I was going to ask Simon, who doesn't like to talk about his birthday, if getting a big toe on his birthday made you feel any better.
Yes, it did.
Who gave it to you?
Everybody did. Yeah, it was super nice. You gave me a good one too.
I knew it.
That was very kind. That was very kind. No, I just think everybody knew it was my birthday, so they
they were kinder to you.
Let's go, Pagenaud. Yeah.
I'm wondering, your big numbers with a toe. I mean, are you feeling better, or because Elio's still where Elio is? Are you guys? How are you feeling about your progress?
Yeah, I actually feel pretty good.
Okay.
Car is good in traffic. I still need to make some progress, but I feel pretty good. I think we have decent speed. I think the fast 12 is not out of the question for us, which is really, really cool. We still need to do some work for sure. But it's, I think, better than it was last year. And, we were in top 10, so who knows what can happen. But I felt really good tonight and this afternoon in the heat. So, yeah, pretty satisfied.
And for Simon and Connor, when the defending winner says, we feel like we're better off in a better place than we were last year, like, should we all just go home?
No.
Never, because you never know what,
Yeah, Ed's got a big bag of witchcraft he's working up over
okay.
there. Yeah, you got to watch out when we show up tomorrow. It's gonna be real serious.
Turbo jetpack.
Yeah, triple jetpack. Yeah. Of course they're going to be good. It's Ganassi, right? So, it's not like they forgot how to do things. So, it's great to have, really good teams like that to race against, right? Because if you do feel like you make progress towards them, it feels way better. It feels like if we're, in a duel for the first 2 rows or the first 3 rows, even with those guys, that means that you're going up against the best of the best. So, it shouldn't be any other way.
And Marcus, we've talked a lot about your confidence and how it's been building and how good you feel about where you are right now. On a day like today, when you're fastest in both charts, are you feeling on top of the world?
No, because it's only practice. So
Okay.
I feel really good. I feel really confident in the car. It's doing what I want. But again, we need to keep working hard. I feel, like I said, we are stronger than last year, but I also feel like everyone else is getting stronger as well. So, yes, it was a good day, but tomorrow is a new day and it's high boost and, you never know what's going to happen. So we need to be working hard, trying to improve again. And, that's the name of the game for sure.
With the boost, it's not his birthday tomorrow, so you guys don't owe him anything.
Perfect.
Go ahead, Chris. And we'll take a couple off Zoom after that to wrap it up. Go ahead.
With all the different aero pieces that IndyCar approved for earlier this year at Texas and some of them being here, do y'all notice a massive change in handling? Is it not that much, or what do y'all feel?
I feel like we have a good range of downforce level, parts that we can use to make the car behave a certain way or other. I think an IndyCar allowed us to have a bigger range, and I feel like it's better for racing, but it doesn't stop the fact that when you're fifth in line, like Connor was saying, it's still very difficult, and the car ahead of you is still drafting. It's going the same speed as you, so even if you're good there, doesn't mean you're going to pass. So, it's still going to be first, second, trading every lap. It's still going to be similar, but we have a better range to work with, and that's enjoyable.
Thanks.
Let's take one. Maddie, if it's okay. Michael DeForest, I'm going to guess, has one in French. Michael, go ahead, sir.
Exactly, you're right. Thanks, Dave. Question pour Simon. Salut Simon et déjà bon anniversaire.
Merci, Michael.
C'est déjà important. Qu'est-ce que ça fait d'être là au 3e rang aujourd'hui? Parce qu'on sait que c'était évidemment une saison assez difficile pour l'instant, mais on sent, depuis les essais d'hier et même les essais qu'on avait fait en avril, que la voiture semble bien ici à Indianapolis et que tu as l'air assez positif.
Ouais, bon, déjà, c'est pas la même voiture que pendant la saison complète. C'est une voiture spécifique aux 500 miles. Les mécaniciens ont bien bossé dessus. On a de bonnes pièces aussi pour aérodynamique. Donc la voiture est perfo en termes de vitesse, ce qui est déjà un gros avantage. Et dans le trafic, on se sent bien aussi. Donc il y a de bonnes choses à faire. Aujourd'hui, je me suis senti bien à l'aise. Hier, on a bien travaillé de manière très studieuse. Et demain, on va vraiment voir où est-ce qu'on se situe au niveau de la vitesse pure. Mais je me sens encore mieux que l'année dernière. Et ouais, c'est de bon augure. Et ça, aujourd'hui, bon, c'était une grosse aspiration, comme tout le monde devant. On a su la prendre, ce qui était bien, ce qui met un gros sourire à tout le monde dans l'équipe. C'est top.
Et Tony Callan disait que aujourd'hui, le niveau est tellement important en IndyCar que remonter aux 500 miles, c'est pas forcément simple. On sait que Frank Kitty avait fait par exemple en 2012 ou Montoya en 2015. Est-ce que tu es d'accord et tu penses qu'effectivement il faut bien se qualifier samedi et dimanche pour avoir des chances en plus de s'imposer dimanche prochain?
Oui, je pense que c'est un gros avantage parce que une fois, comme je disais tout à l'heure, quand on est 5-6 dans le peloton, déjà ça commence à être difficile puisque la personne devant a l'aspiration et va aussi vite que la personne de derrière. Donc ça devient hyper difficile de doubler. Donc en effet, faudra encore se situer dans les 4 premiers, dans les 30 derniers tours pour avoir une chance.
Merci Simon, bonne chance.
Merci.
All right, thanks everyone. I know you guys have engineering meetings coming up soon. You're probably already late for us, so we appreciate you coming up here.
Thank you.
You got it. Connor Daly, Simon Pagenaud, Marcus Erickson. Thanks everyone here at the Dex Imaging Media Center. A quick reminder that our first news conference tomorrow morning, Fast Friday news conferences, begin with Team Penske at 8:45 a.m. Eastern. We will see you then at that time. Thanks everyone.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's right.
Crispy treats are good for you. Yeah, that last question was actually for Connor.
Great day. Obviously, Pete.